Hi, you guys. We're here at Celebration Martial Arts Academy. We are working on your booty today. So if you are looking to get that booty big and beautiful and get that peach, you are in the right place. Make sure you like, subscribe, all the things. Leave a comment that helps to push the video out to more people. We're going to get started in chair pose. You're going to sit into your chair pose. So feet are parallel to the short edge of your mat. Hips can come into prayer. They can come onto your hips. It's totally up to you. You're going to sit back into your chair, bring your hands into prayer, press into the palms of the hands, drive the shoulders down, open the chest, and sit back into your glutes. From here, you have options. You can stabilize the hips, or you can take a nice little pulse. But we're going to make it a little sassy. So your hands are going to be onto your hips, and you're going to stabilize everything. If you want to come and make it a little sassy, you're going to roll the hips back and forth in your chair pose, working the abs as well as working the glutes. Pushing everything, controlling the tummy as you move around, and reverse it the other way. All the way around, moving the hips back and forth. It takes the pressure and your mind off of being in a chair pose. Make this the last one. Stabilize everything. Come into your chair. Hands come up overhead. Ears and biceps lined up. Drive the shoulders down away from the ears. Palms facing together. Flare the fingers. Sit into your chair a little bit longer. Inhale. Lift the chest. Exhale. Drop down. Good. On the next inhale, lift everything up. Take your fingertips behind you. Interlace your fingers. Open your chest. And then hinge at the hip, dropping the head to the floor. From here, you can take a nice soft bend into your knees or straighten your legs, releasing all the tension. And breathe. Make sure you breathe. Take your hands down to the mat. Drop the head a little bit more. We're going to go into half lift into forward fold to get a nice little stretch in those hamstrings. So inhale, lift to half lift. You can bring your hands to your shins. Look ahead of your mat. Nice flat back. Round the back. Roll everything down. Forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Two more just like that. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, drop the head, forward fold. Beautiful. One more time. Good. Exhale everything out. Round the back, roll it up. You can place your hands onto your thighs as you roll everything up. Taking your knee up into your chest. Nice, strong balance here. And then you're going to take your leg all the way to the back. So drop the chest down to the mat. Nice and controlled. And from here, you can kickstand your foot behind you for a little bit more stability, or you can lift the leg and hold the leg up. We're going to pulse here. You're going to bring the heel up. Nice straight leg. You can point the toe. And then keep pulsing. Squeeze. And breathe. Nice soft bend in the knee, the standing leg. And keep going. Pulse it up. Get those booty gains. That's what we all want. Nice round peach. Keep squeezing. Good. You got four more. Go. 4. Squeeze. 2. And 1. Bring your feet together. Forward fold. Good job. Release, relax, recover. Feels so good. Round the back, roll it up. You can place your hands onto your thighs if you want. Let's go to the other side. Bring the foot back. Kick it back. Nice strong balance. Nice soft bend into the standing leg. Hinge forward at the waist. Hands can be on the hips or they can be in prayer, and then pulse up. Pull everything up. Squeeze and release. Breathe. Almost out of here. You got 4 more. Go. 4. 2. Bring your feet together. Forward fold. Relax. Good. Go ahead and take your high heels on. So put your high heels on. Heels come up as high as you can. Come onto those toes. Then flatten your heels down. Bring your chest to your thigh. Inhale, lift your heels. Push everything up. Exhale, drop the heels. Chest down to the thighs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. Good job. All right, round the back, roll it up, ragdoll style. All right, you're gonna go ahead and stabilize your feet take one foot to the back of the mat, and we're going to go into warrior two. For warrior two, you're going to go ahead and take your back foot and bring your toes towards me. So your toes are out, and then your front arch of your foot is aligned with the back arch of the foot is aligned with the front heel in your warrior stance. So get into your warrior stance, bend through the front knee, and come into warrior two. Hands can come to prayer first to set this up. Your hands from prayer are just sliding straight out. So it will give you a nice even playing field to really know where you're going in warrior two. So your hands are in prayer, and then slide everything out, drop the shoulders away from the ears. Good, and then turn the gaze over that front hand, and breathe. Inhale. Exhale, drop the shoulders away. Looking good. Keep going. 2 more breaths. Beautiful. From here, we're going to transition to the other side. All you're going to do is bring all of your toes towards me. And from here, open everything up. Let's get a nice forward fold before we move on. Put your hands up on your hips. Send the hips back. Chest comes down. Relax the head. And then you can drop the hands onto the mat. And breathe. Good, round the back, roll it up. We're going to switch to the other side. So we're going to go to a warrior stance, the other side. You did it already, so you know exactly how to set it up. The arch of the back foot is in line with that heel of the front foot. Make a nice T with your feet, and then go ahead and bend into that front knee. Once you're there, twist everything towards me. Hands come into prayer. Once you're there, make a nice plane with your arms. Beautiful, straight arms. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Push out through the fingers. So push the energy out through the fingers. Then turn the gaze over the front hand. Good. This back hand might want to come back here and, hey, so you want to bring everything in line with each other. And just do your self-check. Make sure you're looking good. I'm sure you're looking great. Thank you guys for being here, working out with me today. Good, you got 2 more breaths. Inhale, open up. Exhale, drop in. 1 more. All right, beautiful. From here, you're gonna go ahead and bring your hands onto your waist, bring all of your 10 toes towards me. And then you're gonna bring your feet in just a little bit. So heel toe your feet in. You're gonna bring your toes out to the diagonals of your mat. We're going to go into a goddess pose. So your hands are going to be up. You're going to be like a star. Hands are all the way up. Flare everything. Open everything up. Give me a little back bend. Then what you're going to do is bring your elbows into your sides as you squat down. So elbows come in and you squat down. You pull back up. Good. So reach and release. So bring everything down. Squat low in your goddess. Pull everything up. You can make this super dramatic. Good. Take everything down. Pull, 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 pull. And then reach and release. Pull everything up and back. It's going to feel really good. Work in those glutes. Good. Give me 2 more. Take it down. Reach and release. Open up. Stay right here because that feels so good. Good. Take everything down onto your hips. Heel toe everything in. From here, I want you to bring your feet a little bit wider than hip distance, and you're going to come into a yogi squat. So you're going to bring your toes out to the diagonal again, but your feet are closer to you this time. So they're right outside your hips. You're bringing your booty right down as much as you can. Hands come into prayer, and you come right down into a yogi squat. You want to bring the elbows inside of those thighs. And then you want to kind of watch from leaning forward. So you don't want to lean too much forward in this. You want to stay upright. Really beautiful posture. Open the knees as much as you can. Looks good. Stay right there. And you can even take a nice little side sway with this if you like, or stay stable. Press into the palms of the hands. That always feels so good. Over here at Celebration Martial Arts Academy today, they have so many options. Boxing, all of the things happening here in Celebration. But this beautiful studio is located in downtown Celebration. And it's so gorgeous. Isn't it beautiful? I teach yoga here. I teach live classes here. All right, 1 more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Good job. Place the hands down. You're going to lift the hips, bring the toes parallel. So you're going to lift the hips, bring your heels back, lift your heels, toes are parallel towards me, drop the head. Good job. Round back, roll it up. All right, so we're going to go into tabletop. Anytime you think of getting your booty to grow, you think of like anything with the glutes, like glute bridges and fire hydrants, all of those things. And guess what? It's what we're doing. So come down into a tabletop position. In tabletop position, we're going to go ahead and bring our wrists in line with our shoulders. So make sure everything's lined up. Keep it nice and safe. Knees are in line with your hips. From here, flare your fingers. So the tendency is just to kind of like leave your fingers like, hey, you want to get them really flared. So you have a nice stable position in your body. From here, you can curl the toes if you want. We're going to go ahead and first come into a downward facing dog. So do curl your toes. That's not an option. We're going to curl our toes and we're going to go to downward facing dog first. So we're going to lift the hips and then we're going to go ahead and release the legs first before we move into some lovely booty gains, giving you that bubble butt, that non-surgical butt lift. Doesn't that sound so good? No, you don't need a BBL. Just do this. It's all you need. No BBL needed. All right, so bring everything down. Knees come down. Uncurl your toes. From here, nice neutral spine. We're going to cat-cow one time, and then we're going to do the Beyonce. From here, you're going to cat all the way up, pulling the shoulder blades apart, tucking the chin to the chest. Good. Drop the belly, chin up, chest up. Everything comes up. Good. Neutral spine. Come over here, and then roll your hips. Move your hips all the way around to the corners of the room, tucking everything as you come around. Really make this dramatic because it feels so good. It feels so good to get inside the body, right? To just let your body move, let your body be free. Don't hold back. Rotate the hips the other way. Pull everything up and around. And that spine is going to thank you. Feels so good. All right, make this your last one. Neutralize the spine. Is that right? Neutral spine. All right, from here, what we're going to do is we're going to take our leg, bring it all the way up, and we're going to kickstand it up. So 90 degrees, flex the foot, and pulse up. You're going to pull and pull. Pull everything up. Inhale. Keep pulsing. If you want a little bit more stability, you can curl that back toe. Everyone's body's so different, so just work with what works for you. Good, you got 4 more. Go 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, point the toe and then bring it out in line with your hip. From here, you're going to rainbow back and forth. So you're going to bring your leg up and back. So rainbow up, touch, rainbow behind as much as you can, and pull back. So back and forth with your rainbow. Make a nice little over the rainbow. Little Dorothy moment, right? You can still have that back toe curled if you wish, or you can flatten it out. Whatever works for you. All right, meet me towards the back. So you're on the diagonal with your hips. You're going to bend the knee, and you're going to take your hands right in front of you and sit your hips back. Breathe. Get a nice little stretch. Beautiful. From here, come all the way up. Bring your hands back into table. Reset your table. Cat-cow one time before we move to the other side. And a little Beyonce, because who doesn't love a little hip roll? Rotate the other way. All right, other foot. So bring the other foot up to the ceiling or the sky if you're working out outside. Flex your foot and then pulse her up. So pull the knee up, squeeze the glute. Breathe. Pull. Beautiful. You look good. Keep it up. Doing something good for yourself. Making time for yourself. It's so important. Using the breath. Almost out of here. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to come to the side. You guys can stay there. You're going to bring your foot out to the side, point the toe. We're going to rainbow up and over. From here, rainbow up and then over to the diagonal as much as you can. Really making sure that you're driving through the palms of the hands to stabilize yourself. Core nice and tight as you bring everything. And you don't want to hyperextend your hip. So make sure you're not going past the hip. The hip is in line when you bring that leg to the side. Beautiful. Make this your last one. Meet me in the back. Bend the knee. And then what you're going to do is take your hands in front of you. Come all the way down. Push back into those hips. Press into the hands. Push through. Ears, biceps lined up. That feels so good. Beautiful. From here, unthread your knees. Come back into a table position. Sit your hips back onto your heels. And then we're going to get a nice little stretch before we move on. All right, we're going to lift the hips up off the heels. You're going to take both hands behind you and then lift everything up. Squeeze the glutes. You can drop the head back if you wish. Breathe. Beautiful. Come back up. Sit the hips back to the heels. All right, from here we're going into bridge. So we're going to bring our hips down, bring our feet forward, and then sit back on down, lay onto the mat. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring our knees up to the sky, to the ceiling, bend into the knees. Heels are coming all the way up into the hips. Yeah, I should be at a good placement. From here, hands come down, and what you're going to do is lift the hips as much as you can. So lift into a bridge. You're going to take one of your legs straight up. Flex and point from here. So lift the hips. Make sure the hips are still lifted while you're here flexing and pointing. Straight leg as much as you can. Straighten the leg. Lift the hips. Breathe. Good. Point the toe. Go ahead and give me a little circle from here. One way. And then reverse your circle. You can write something in the air. Like, I love you, Alexis. Thank you. So nice. All right, from here, flex the foot, bring everything down, and then go ahead to the other side. Bring everything up, knee up, leg up, point and flex from here. I just lost my train of thought. Did you see that happening? All right, point and flex. All right, and then give me a nice point. Make your little circle one way, or you can write in the air. And then bring it the other way. Good, bring everything down. Knees are going to be close as you can to your hips. So, I'm sorry, your feet, your heels are going to be into your hips as much as they can. From here, walk your feet in as much as you can, and you're going to come up and bring your heels up off the mat. So wear your high heels. What kind of high heels you got? Red? No high heels? Okay, let's go. We're going to pulse it up. I don't know why I have Wizard of Oz on my mind today. Thinking red ruby slippers. I'm thinking over the rainbow. I'm thinking all the things Wizard of Oz. Keep pulsing. Little lollipop kids, they're my favorite. We are the lollipop kids. Those were the best. Weren't they the best? Keep pulsing. All right, here we go. Keep pulsing at 4, 3, 2. Hold the pulse. From here, you're going to swing the hips. Swing the hips right and left. So move your hips back and forth. Squeeze and dip. So dip it low. When I dip, you dip. Right? I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. So keep squeezing. Squeeze your hips side to side, back and forth. Make sure you still have your ruby red slippers on. You're going to go, you don't want to get caught in those poppy fields. Well, maybe you do. It kind of looked a little fun. Back and forth with the hips. Keep going. You're going to go single, single, double. So go single, single, double. Single, single, squeeze, squeeze. Single, single, squeeze, squeeze. Get it, get it, get it. Get it, get it, get it. Squeeze, squeeze, bump, bump. Keep going. A little cardio here. Keep breathing. You got one more. That's very 90s. Bring everything in. Good. So ground the hips. Knees come into the chest. And then you rock and roll back and forth. I'm a big fan of bridges. They just look so pretty as well in your bridge. All right, let's go back into bridge. We're gonna go ahead and bring our feet to more like a 3/4 bend. And then you're gonna bring your heels down to the mat. Toes are pointed up, they're flexed. Your hands are back again, once by your hips. From here, lift the hips as much as you can. Ground into your mat. Working the hamstrings as well here. Squeeze, release. Try to hover up off the mat once you come down. So squeeze and stay a little bit elevated up off the mat as you're coming down into your squeeze from your bridge. Squeeze and release. Keep going. Really push through the heels as you squeeze up at the top. Non-surgical butt lift. Here we go. Lift it up. Give me one more and meet me at the top. Squeeze at the top. Go. Pulse. Push and squeeze. Good job. Almost out of here. You look great. Keep it up. Good. You got 4, 3, 2, 1. We might have done an extra one there. That's okay. Bring your knees out as wide as you can. Your feet are going to touch, so the soles of your feet are touching, and then you're just going to rock your knees back and forth, release your back. All right, got one more, and then we're out of here, okay? So stay for it because it's so good, and it feels so good. It looks pretty too. Bring your feet back into your bridge position. They're nice and flat this time, and then bring your heels into your hips as much as you can. From here, go ahead and lift everything up. Palms are still by your side. Everything's lifted. And just kind of freeze, hang out for a second, and then lift your hips 1 inch higher. Because you know you can always do just a tiny more. You got it, you got it. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Squeeze everything up. All right, so we're going back to rounding the hips all the way down and up. So you're going to squeeze. So instead of scooping side to side, you're bringing everything up and around. So squeeze everything down and pull everything up and around. So you're in the club. Yin Yang Twins just came on. A little salt shaker. To the windows, to the walls. Okay, so everything is going to scoop the other way and drop it down low. Drop it like it's hot and pull everything up. So squeeze down and push up. Working on hip mobility, having some fun, and working on really gaining some muscle in those glutes and those legs. They're going to look so good. Good, make this your last one. Squeeze at the top. Hold. If you want to elevate this a little bit, you can interlace your fingers underneath your hips. Bring your shoulder blades to touch. It's going to bring your hips up a little higher. And breathe. If your hands are interlaced, then go ahead and bring them back to the mat. So if hands are placed down on the mat, bring your hips all the way down. Bring your knees in. You guys killed it. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank you so much for giving me the most precious thing you have, which is your time. I love you guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.